Hi guys, today I'm going to show you a summer glowy makeup routine for brown girls. No foundation required, super quick, super easy, and you'll look so glowy. Because I never had a brown girl YouTuber or anyone to show me how to do makeup when I was a teenager, and I learned how to do makeup by myself in like my early 20s. I'm 26 now. So I thought, why not show you guys? So let's get into the video. Okay, if you hear any noises in the back, it's because my washer and dryer is on. I'm also in my living room because this is the best lighting I can get. I love using these little hair clips. These are only from Amazon, so they don't hold up that well, but they do the job. So the key with getting your makeup right is the skin base. I think if you have a dry base, then your makeup just can't sit well on it or blend that well. I like to use the Innisfree Green Tea Ceramide. This is like a milky toner, super light and it's super thin, so it's really good for summer, so it's not too heavy, because I do like to have a really moisturized base. Best moisturizer is the Superfood Air Whipped Cream from Used to the People. It is also very lightweight. I am also a really big fan of La Roche-Posay, but I feel that's a bit thicker, so I like to use that like going to bed instead, especially like it's a heat wave in Boston right now, so I don't really want to put on the thickest moisturizer. And then I try to always rub down to the décolletage, as I say. So I end up putting way too much on my face anyway, so rub down. Next, for these dark circles, as every DESI girl would know, so I put in the Kiehl's. You can't even see the label anymore because I've used it so much. The Kiehl's Under Eye Avocado Cream. It's honestly kind of pricey, but I've had this for months and there's still so much product left. And then this just allows your under eyes to be really moisturized, so when you do put concealer on, it doesn't crease as much. I think growing up, I always tried to like get rid of my dark circles, and they're just hereditary. They're not gonna go away, but I kind of love how they look now. I say that as I'm about to use color corrector to make them actually fully disappear. My favorite color corrector in the world, I actually don't even think you would need concealer after this, is the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm in the shade medium 2. I think this is a bit dirty for my makeup bag. I just use my finger. I also would put sunscreen on from Shiseido, but I guess I'm going out at 6 p.m. anyway, so it's fine. This color corrector blends in so well. Like, I feel like I don't even need much concealer after this. I think if you really wanted a light base and not even think of concealer or skin tint, this would be really, really good to use. I like to put some on my forehead because I broke out. I got my eyebrows waxed a year ago and I broke out a bunch, and the hyperpigmentation has diminished, but there's small lingerings of it. So I usually don't do a skin tint, but for the sake of this, I will, because otherwise I try to only really wear concealer. Makeup by Mario brush. This shade match, it's insane. I went to Miami this past weekend, and I got so tan, and I thought the tan would last a bit, especially on my face, but I think since I use so many exfoliating products and my retinol, it didn't last. It did not last at all, but that's okay. We're protecting our skin. I literally taught myself makeup. I really didn't start wearing makeup seriously until like senior or junior year of college, and that's really when I started experimenting, which is not the best because I think a lot of girls live their experimenting makeup age in high school, like 15, 16. I did that when I was 21, 22. Now, as a freshly 26-year-old, I finally got some hang of it. But I attest to the girls who have been doing this for much longer than I. But that just goes to show that you can learn makeup at any age. And it's really not that complex. NARS Creamy Concealer or the Dior Skin Corrector. I actually think, looking side by side, the Skin Corrector is probably more my shade right now. So I'm gonna do that. I do kind of put on a bit too much concealer because of how dark my under eyes can get, but it's okay. And then you need to let your concealer sit. I have to let it sit for a minute. So I go in with bronzer. Then I go in with bronzer from YSL that I like to use as contour as well. This YSL one also lasts forever, even though it is also a bit pricier, but I've had this for like almost 2 years. No, probably 1.5 years. I know makeup expires, but if it's still good and it doesn't break you out, I think it's fine. And with this bronzer, we kind of try to put color back in our face from using a skin tint that is clearly not our shade. Trust the process. It's a whole lot of trust the process. My hot take is I like to not wet my beauty blender. I think it works better when I don't. My beauty blender is really dusty and old, but I got it from, which is not good. You should really change your beauty blenders much more frequently. But since I don't wet it, I think it's honestly okay. Also, the great thing about makeup is that there's no rules. Like, people say there are rules, there's really not. Whatever works for you. Also, as I'm recording this, I think a lot of people are gonna be like, she sounds like a Valley girl. And a lot of people think I was raised in California because I have a very Californian accent. I was raised in Massachusetts, but I learned English literally by watching TV, so like by cartoons, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, like Cartoon Network. So I think I developed like a Californian Hollywood kind of accent unintentionally because that's literally what I grew up listening to and trying to mimic, because I've been to California like twice in my life for short periods of time, so I don't know how I got this accent. But I really don't like the Boston accent, so I think if I'm gonna sound like a Valley girl, then so be it. Next, Rhode blush in the shade Toasted Teddy. I feel like every brown girl has Toasted Teddy for good reasons. It's also very pigmented. And I think I have blush blindness if I believed in blush blindness, because I don't think you can ever have too much blush, especially because blush is the first one to go. Like as soon as I'm stepping out the door, it comes off rather quickly. So I like to put on more when I'm getting ready. Also with the Rhode, I like to mix with suntan, with tan line pocket blush. And I really, it's a lighter, pinkier pink, which I really enjoy. I think one of my mistakes growing up trying to learn makeup is I would watch YouTubers and makeup artists that were not my skin tone, one, and trying to mimic their things on me and then wondering why it didn't look that good, because I'm not white. I can't mimic that makeup and expect the same outlook. And also I have very hooded eyes, so eye makeup is very minimal for me. But After that, kind of as I have the base down, pressed powder, Charlotte Tilbury. I think this is also medium. She's been used. Like, I love this pressed powder. It really keeps your makeup and the concealer in place. And I think it's also a bit brightening too, so it really helps any dark circles if you want the dark circles to be covered. Love it. Brush up my eyebrows. I used to fill them in. Kind of scares me to fill them in because then I can get it a bit too dark. And I think my eyebrows are at a thick enough level. And I usually just get my eyebrows threaded. I used to get them waxed. Then I started breaking out because I think I'm allergic to the wax. So, mascara, and I'm gonna have to use this mirror, this Tweezerman eyelash curler. You need it. You need it. Or the Shiseido eyelash curler also does wonders. With eyelashes, I curl them longer, however long you think you need to do it longer. And I like to paste them like this. I actually have long eyelashes, but they straight flat, like they don't go up. So, and I've tried, I think twice to get an eyelash lift and tint, and it doesn't stay lifted, which is a cross that I'll just have to bear. Next, Tarte Tubey Mascara in extra large. Makes taking off your makeup so easy. It literally falls off your face like tubes, but it lasts throughout the day. I think my laundry is done. I got eyelash extensions for like 4 months when I was like 22. Couldn't do with the upkeep, sitting on that chair for so long. And then I was a big strip lash or the individual lash girl. And then the glue also got to be too much for me. I kind of want to get back into strip lashes because I think it is really fun and just adds a layer. But now I just do mascara for more of the natural look, as they would say. And also the Tarte mascara doesn't really get that clumpy, which is great, even though I put so many layers on. I love that sound. It's because you can never have too much glow. Iconic London Illuminator highlight. The packaging on this sucks. It always spills, but I love the glow so much, and a little goes a long way. I put some on my nose, right there. And then I blend. Sometimes I put too much and I have to blend it out with a beauty blender. It gets patchy. Much more glowy, dewy makeup rather than matte makeup. Like I'd rather have the effect of men saying you look like you're sweating rather than the matte dry look, personally. But what do men even know? Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. And then my favorite step, lip liner. Mine is the NYX lip liner in Mahogany. I actually think I have to sharpen this. Overline your lips. Overline your lips. You don't need lip filler. You just have to overline your lips. Laneige. I don't know where my actual lip glosses are. I don't have the little spoolie anymore either, so I'm using my fingers. Perfect. Then I also have Doll for spray serum. It smells so good, and I think it also just gives you a glow. I love it. I love it. I can take these off. I kind of really like using these because it gives the perfect little shape to my hair. And that's the makeup look. I'm probably gonna leave my hair. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to, no, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. That's the makeup look. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.